What's up, everyone? I'm the Nostalgic Book Potato. Today I'm sharing my summer TBR and TBRR, which are books to be reread. These are some summary books that are so good that I know I want to read them again this summer. Honestly, I haven't been doing too well with my 25 books for 2025 TBR. I'm such a mood reader, which is why I've never done TBRs before. And I've been in a reading slump since like February after I read Butcher and Blackbird, basically. So I haven't read anything yet on my TBR. So hopefully setting a summer TBR will help motivate me. I'm starting with my TBRR. These are books that I've already read and loved and want to read again. So I can confidently recommend them to anyone looking for a fun summer romance. First is Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune, one of the new queens of summer romance. I've read Every Summer After and this, and I preferred this one. I know some people don't love it because they accuse it of having emotional cheating, but I don't think they actually cross any lines until they're out of their respective relationships. And it's hella angsty, so I love it anyway. And this cover is so beautiful, such a great summery book cover. So the main characters meet and really hit it off instantly. And she asks him to meet her at the lake at her mom's lake resort the next year. Like, if you're still interested in me, meet me at the lake. And then he doesn't show up. And she's like, okay, I guess the connection wasn't what I thought. But then some months later or something, he shows up and is like hired to do some like renos or something with the resort. So there's suddenly some forced proximity happening, and yeah, lots of delicious tension. I remember it describing the Muskoka lakeside setting really beautifully too. So a great summer read. Next, another summer romance queen, Emily Henry. This is probably her most popular book, beach read. But at the moment, this is actually my least favorite MHen, which is probably considered a blasphemous opinion. But I didn't connect with it as much as her other books. I still really liked it though. And maybe after rereading, I'll change my ranking, who knows. But in this one, our main characters are both writers who went to school for their MFA together. And she always thought that he hated her and her writing, which, you know what that means. But her dad has just passed and has left her his beach house. And who happens to be her next door neighbor? But Grumpy Gus from school. He happens to be a successful lit-fic writer, and they're both going through writer's block and decide to switch genres. He's like, I bet you can't write a serious, stuffy literary fiction. And she's like, as if you can write a fun and fluffy, sweet rom-com. So they go on these little outings to help each other with their writing. Next is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. And you might not think that this is a summer read, but just go with me for a second. It takes place in the summer after the main girl graduates from high school. Unlike her best friend, she's not going to college because she can't afford it. But she's a chess whiz and ends up beating the top chess player in the world in a random tournament. So she's offered the chance to play professionally, and she reluctantly takes it. There's a lot of coming-of-age themes, so it'll probably give you some nostalgic feelings about your youth. And doesn't the summer just remind you of your youth? She wears a lot of sundresses too, so there's some summery stuff happening. I really love this book. It's my second favorite, Ali Hazelwood, so I'm excited to reread it. Next is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I feel like summer is wedding season, and this book is about a wedding planner and a florist. The main guy, Elliot, is one of my favorite book boyfriends. I love all the flowery things he makes. I love him in this so much. So our main characters have been together in the past, but now they're forced to work together on a wedding and just can't resist the feelings they still have for each other. The angst and yearning and spice, all so good. I love that we get dual POVs and dual timelines. Next is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I buddy read this with my best friend a few years ago, and we both loved it. It's so funny, it gives classic rom-com feels. So the main character's twin sister just got married, and everyone at the wedding except the main girl and her new brother-in-law gets awful food poisoning. So the bride and groom can't go on their honeymoon, and it was like a sweepstakes prize for an all-inclusive trip to Hawaii. So the sister's like, you should go. You're my twin. Just tell them you're me and have fun. But it's supposed to be a honeymoon, so she ends up going with the brother-in-law, who she thinks hates her. And so she hates him, obviously. But of course, you know what that means. And they get into lots of funny situations, and yeah, I really like the different plot twists that happen. So this is definitely a fun summer read. Next on my TBRR is Happy Place, another Emily Henry. I think this is my second favorite Hen that I've read so far. Definitely my favorite cover. It's so fun and bright and just screams summer. So in this book, our main characters have broken up, but they're going on a trip with their friends, and it's a sentimental trip to this beach house that they always go to. So in order to not be a downer on the trip, they decide to pretend that they're still together. So it's like fake dating a person you've already dated. I feel like this is a book you either love or hate. Like either you love the friend group and their dynamics or you hate it. So I think Hen fans are typically falling into either the beach read versus Happy Place camp, and clearly we know where I stand. But maybe rereading both of these will change my opinion. So those are some summary books that I plan on rereading, and I recommend them to anyone looking for some fun summary romance. Now onto my summer TBR, the books that I want to read for the first time this summer. First, I'm going to talk about 2 audiobooks that I want to listen to. They're both of Ali Hazelwood's new releases. Deep End, which is actually on my 25 for 2025 TBR, and Problematic Summer Romance, which just came out. Deep End is about a competitive diver and a swimmer. The main girl is friends with the guy's ex, and the friend is like, you guys should hook up because you're both into S&M stuff. And so I guess they decide to give it a go. I'm not super into the premise, but I do love anything Ali writes, and I've generally heard good things about this. Problematic Summer Romance is about a girl whose older brother is getting married. It's a destination wedding, so it's like an extended getaway with the wedding party. And she's always had a crush on the older brother's best friend, which is one of my all-time favorite tropes. So yeah, she and the brother's best friend have to spend a lot of time together because of this wedding. And the main thing is, there's a 15-year age gap between them, which is why their romance is supposedly problematic. I don't think I've read too many age gap romances, so it's not necessarily a vibe for me, but it's also not an ick. So we'll see how I like it. Both of these are quite summery, literally in the title, and, pools, swimming, also super summery. So I'm excited to read these. Now, here are the physical books I want to read. First is This Summer Will Be Different, another book on my 2025 TBR. It's another book by Carley Fortune. I'm excited about this one because it's set in Prince Edward Island. It's a best friend's brother romance, which is a trope I don't love as much as brother's best friend, but I still like it. So I'm here for it. And the best friend is apparently very adamant that the main girl not get together with the brother. So I'm curious as to why. And I feel like that'll bring a lot of tension and angst. So, love it. Next is Tidebound by Lauren O'Brien. This is another book on my 2025 TBR. It's a debut fantasy romance. The main girl's sister is betrothed to a foreign prince, and when the sister dies, she has to take her place. But the guy is not interested in the marriage at all and goes off on a seafaring mission. She ends up following him. It's said to be full of adventure on the high seas, found family, and a slow burn romance. Sounds perfect for the summer. Next is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read the sample for this and knew I would love it, so I bought a physical copy. And then I let it sit in the basement and forgot about it. But it really looks like such a perfect summer read. I've been wanting to read it for a while, so here we are. The book follows the Riva siblings, whose father was a famous singer. Most, if not all of them, are also famous in their own right, and they're each facing some personal issues, relationship problems, and also dealing with their upbringing. Sounds dramatic, and I mean, look at this cover. So stunning, so summery. And finally, 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, another book on my 2025 TBR. I really want to read this. I think it will be perfect for me. It's about two writers who fell in love over 7 days one June, and then don't see each other again until 12 years later. And in that time, they've been writing about their feelings for each other through their books. So, can you get any more angsty than that? I've heard nothing but good things about this, so I can't wait to read it, and obviously June is the perfect time to be reading this. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and what are you excited to read this summer? Okay, bye! If you're still here, leave a sun emoji in the comments. Thanks!